Hello student, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the continuity. I had given you some of the introduction of the continuity. In this video lecture, we will continue the same topic with some different examples. Let us see. We have studied so far let fx be a function. If fx be a function, then fx can be continuous. Fx can be continuous at x is equal to a, like we have studied this. If limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to f of a. So this is the condition we have studied. Means we will check the left hand limit of the function at that point, and right hand limit and value of the function. Value of the function at x is equal to a. Similarly, left hand limit at x is equal to a, right hand limit at x is equal to a. So we will call the function is continuous. At the same time, if it is not continuous, then it will be discontinuous. At the same time, the function will be discontinuous if limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to a plus fx, but if it is not equal to value of the function at a. So this type of the discontinuity is called removable discontinuity. We call this removable discontinuity. The function can also be discontinuous if limit x tends to a minus is not equal to limit x tends to a plus fx. Then also we can say the function is discontinuous. This is called discontinuity of the first kind. Discontinuity of first kind. At the same time, the function can also be discontinuous if limit x tends to a minus fx or limit x tends to a plus fx does not exist. This is called second type of the discontinuity. This is called discontinuity of second kind, we can say. See student, if the limit does not exist and suppose the right hand limit or left hand limit does not exist, then also the function cannot be discontinuous. But at the same time, I would like to tell you that function sometime possible that if it is right continuous or maybe it is left continuous. So how the functions can be right continuous and left continuous? See here, if limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to f of a, but it is not equal to limit x tends to a plus fx. then because left hand limit is equal to the value of the function, but it is not equal to the right hand limit. So in this condition we can say our function is continuous, but it is continuous from left hand side. So we call this left continuous. And at the same time it can be right continuous also if limit x tends to a plus fx, if this is equal to f of a but not equal to limit x tends to a minus fx, then because from right hand side the function is continuous but not equal to the left hand limit. So this is called right continuous. So here you can just keep in your mind this idea. If the function is discontinuous, then it can be discontinuous by the first way also, like the left hand limit, if it is equal to right hand limit but not equal to the value of the function. So that is why the function is discontinuous. Second, left hand limit and right hand limit both are not equal, then also the functions can be discontinuous. Or maybe, or in the third one, if you will say limit x tends to a minus, means left hand limit and right hand limit does not exist. Maybe value of the function exists, but because limit does not exist, then also the function will be discontinuous. See, we will discuss some example now. Suppose I am taking one example. The question is, test the continuity of fx at x is equal to 0. And what is fx? Suppose fx is here, I am taking, it is modulus x upon x, while x is not equal to 0, and it is 1 if x is equal to 0. So we want to check the continuity of this function at x is equal to 0. So I hope you understood what is the procedure, what we are going to solve here now. So we will find first of all left hand limit. Left hand limit, in short you can write left hand limit L dot H dot L, which is equal to limit x tends to 0 minus, because it is left hand limit fx. This further you can write, student, limit x tends to 0 minus, you can further write limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h. Now you will come to the function. If it is not equal to 0, then value of the function is modulus x upon x. So we will write it is limit h tends to 0 and f of minus h, means x you will replace by minus h in this function. So you will be getting limit h tends to 0 minus modulus h upon minus h. So as per the property of the modulus, here you will write minus of modulus h, it will become h only. So you will write here, this is limit h tends to 0 h upon minus h. Now you will put up the limit, so you will be getting here minus 1. So this is our left hand limit. Similarly, if you will solve right hand limit, if you will solve now right hand limit, you can solve it similarly. So right hand limit, you can solve. In short, you will write like this, and this is, you will write limit x tends to 0 plus fx, because we are finding the right hand limit now, and it will be equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h, which is equal to h tends to 0 f of h. So now in this function again we will replace x by h only. So you can solve this. It is limit h tends to 0 modulus h upon h, which is equal to 1. If you will see the value of the function, what is f of 0? This is given here, it is 1 only. See, now you will analyze the result. We had find out left hand limit, we got the value -1. We had analyzed the right hand limit, we got the value +1. Value of the function is 1. So what do you think, the function is continuous or not? Obviously it is not continuous. So we will write, because limit x tends to 0 minus fx is not equal to limit x tends to 0 plus fx. Hence fx is discontinuous at x is equal to 0. So this is one example I have taken, so that you can be habitual to solve this kind of the question. Let us see one more question I am taking. Or before that, student, I want to tell you something about the algebra of the continuity. It is also very important part. See, what is algebra of continuity? We are taking, let fx and gx be two continuous function at x is equal to a. We are taking these two functions fx and gx, these are two continuous functions at x is equal to a, and let alpha be a real number So what happens, like algebra of the continuity tells you what? Number one, we can add, if f plus g you will find, and if you will check the continuity of this, fx plus gx, f and g means what? I am talking about the addition of these two functions, fx and gx will be continuous, it will be continuous at x is equal to a. If fx and gx both the functions are individually continuous at x is equal to a, then fx plus gx will also be continuous at x is equal to a. Similarly, fx into gx continuous at x is equal to a. And similarly we can see, if you will multiply suppose one real number alpha or one constant alpha, then this also the function fx into the constant, like suppose I have written example, maybe suppose there is one function I have taken fx is equal to x plus 5, suppose it is continuous at x is equal to 1. And now another function I have written, if it is suppose 3 into x plus 5, this function will also be continuous at x plus 1. So this is because of the algebra of the continuity tells us alpha into fx is also continuous at x is equal to a. And if you will divide them, if you will divide like fx upon gx, if you will find it is continuous at x is equal to a, since, or it will be continuous, but the condition is what? Where gx is not equal to 0. It will be continuous, but the condition is what? Gx should not be equal to 0. And one more result is there. If you are checking the continuity of 1 upon fx, then it will be continuous. If fx is not equal to 0, then we can say it is also continuous at x is equal to a. So student, these 4 algebra of the continuity you will have to keep in your mind. We can add the continuous function, it will be continuous. We can multiply the continuous function, it will be continuous. We can multiply by a constant to a continuous function, it will be continuous. We can divide two continuous function in any order, but the denominator should not be equal to 0, then the resultant will be again continuous, and we can find out the reciprocal of this function, then also it will be continuous. So in this way, if you will go, you can find out you can solve with the help of this many problems. See now, some example I am taking one more example, not related to this, but this is also one of the good question I am just discussing with you. You know this function fx is equal to greatest integer function x, and if you will see this function, if you will see the graph of this function, I will say, then graph of this function is, you will find like it is 1, it is 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. The graph of this function will give you this kind of the result: 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. At 1, the value is what? From 0 to 1, the value is what? It is 0. But here at 1, when you will reach, the value is 1. So here there is a 0, empty 0 I had drawn a circle like this, and then from 1 to 2, the value gives you 2 only. It is 1 only, sorry. And here again, when you will reach at 2, it will give you the value 2. So in the same sequence, if you will keep on drawing this graph, you will be drawing the graph like this. See student, here I have drawn the graph like so. This is the function called greatest integer function, and stairs functions also we can call them. So this is the rough sketch of this graph you can see. I am talking about the continuity of this function. This function you can analyze with the help of the graph. You can see it is discontinuous, but it is somewhere continuous also. If you will analyze the result from 0 to 1, if I am talking about x is greater than equal 0 but less than 1, then the function is continuous. I am talking about if x is greater than equal 1, less than 2, from the value between 1 and 2, the real numbers between 1 and 2, the function is continuous, but not continuous at 1, not continuous at 2, not continuous at 0, not continuous at -1, -2, means at all integer value it is discontinuous, but it is continuous at the real value. So let I am taking, let k be any integer, then if you want to check the continuity, so there are two cases. Like case 1, we can go case 1 if you will study. So let x be a real number. What about if x be a real number? The function is continuous. And second case we will take if x is a integer. So first of all I am talking x is a real number. So if x is a real number, then we can find out limit x tends to, x is a real number and we are checking the continuity at a point k. So it is x tends to k, f of x, it is equal to k only, and value of the function will also be equal to k only. So we can say it is continuous because limit, both the limit, it includes left hand limit also, right hand limit also, and value of the function is what? If you will put up here f of k, then it will give you k only. So we can say because limit x tends to k is equal to k, hence continuous. Continuous for x be a real number. But what about the second case? See student, there is one more case is possible. If I am talking about case 2, let x be an integer. If x be an integer, then limit x tends to k minus fx if you will find. So in this case you will write it is k minus 1 and x is greater than equal k minus 1 less than k as per the property of the greatest integer function, and x is greater than equal k and less than k plus 1. See now what happens. This number is what? Integer. This is also integer. So the difference between them is what? 1 only. Similarly, these two are also integer. If it is k, it will be k plus 1. So I am taking, I have set up the limit for this part now. And I am trying to explain you now how you will check this. So limit x tends to k minus fx, it will be equal to limit x tends to k minus, and fx you will take what? It will be what? K minus 1, and then the value is what? K minus 1. But at the same time, if you will check the right hand limit, limit x tends to k plus fx, then you will be finding the value limit x tends to k plus, and it is k only, which will be equal to k only. So from here if you will write this, then it will give you k minus 1, from here it will give you k. So you can see now this limit, left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, because left hand limit gives you the value k minus 1, right hand limit gives you the value k. So both the limits are not equal. That is why greatest integer function is discontinuous function at all integer value and continuous function at all remaining real values. Thank you very much.